Hello, SYNGAP world. It's Mike Gralia here with the SYNGAP Research Fund. This is SYNGAP10, episode 3, your week in review for SYNGAP in 10 minutes or less, plus or minus, might be a little over. It's Purple Day, Epilepsy Awareness Day. That's why I'm wearing my purple Sprint for SYNGAP shirt. If you notice, SRF does everything in 3 colors, purple, blue, and green. Purple is for epilepsy, blue is for autism, green is for intellectual disability. Unfortunately, most of our patients have all of those things. So that's why the SRF logo is always using those 3 colors. So happy Purple Day, epilepsy. Let's jump right in. There's a lot going on. Webinars. As a reminder, SRF spends a lot of energy talking to really cool scientists and other people and doing webinars about topics of interest for parents and then putting them on YouTube for you for free. So if you're like, wait, really? What's going on? Go to our YouTube channel. It's amazing. Syngap.Fund/YouTube. In fact, go ahead and like our YouTube channel so other parents find it when they Google it. Syngap.Fund/YouTube. Go check it out. One of the webinars you'll find is the one I did yesterday with Joe. Joe is a mom of a kid who was diagnosed as a teenager. She had to reprocess kind of her kid's life through the lens of SYNGAP a little bit. We talked about that. Also had Rebecca and Olga join us, who were some of the first diagnosed families in the US with SYNGAP. So it was like 3 rock stars plus Mike. Really good webinar nonetheless, and please check it out. Syngap.Fund/YouTube. SRFCC1, the SYNGAP Research Fund Congreso Científico Uno, which we did last month, is also on our YouTube channel. So if you're Spanish speaking and you want to learn about the science of SYNGAP and what the doctor's talking about, you could see what 450 people saw live from North America and Latin America last month. It's all on our channel. Just go to our YouTube channel and look for SRFCC1. Some really great talks there. It was awesome. There's also, and then upcoming, there's a number of webinars. So tomorrow, Elamy, who did Cultivating Hope through ABA for SYNGAP1 in English a few weeks ago, which guess what? It's on our YouTube channel, is doing it again tomorrow in Spanish. So if you're Spanish speaking, you want to learn about ABA for SYNGAP, don't miss that live. It's going to be great. Elamy's magic. You should check it out. There's 3 more webinars that are coming fast and furious, and they're going to be amazing. One of them is Modulating Gene Regulation to Treat Dosage-Associated Diseases with Professor Ahituv at UCSF. If you don't know, UCSF is one of the best medical schools and scientific institutions there is. It's led by Dan Lowenstein, who, by the way, is on our SAB. And what that means in English is this guy's been thinking about really practical ways that we could develop therapies for our kids. So he's fabulous. Please check it out. The next one is a triple threat. Professor Dahlman, Dr. Jimenez, Dr. Mashiri, an integrated approach to investigating GI and neurological comorbidities caused by SYNGAP1, which in English means learning about why our kids have trouble pooping and it's so hard to potty train them. And this is super important research. Every SYNGAP family will agree. Please check it out. 3 scientists, doctors on the screen talking to us about our kids. It really doesn't get better. And then in May, we've got Let Me Hear Your Voice, Affecting Change Through Effective Advocacy from the Council of Autism Service Providers, advocating for our kids with autism, getting them therapies in ABA. That's important. Worth your time. Check them out. If you can't make it and you miss them, guess what? Syngap.Fund/YouTube. Don't miss them. They're going to be great. Speaking of free resources on our website, have you checked out the Warriors? I mean, we have some great Warrior programs. Every week we profile a kid. So last week it was Ricky, 3 years old in Georgia. A week before that, Nathan, super cute, 3 years old. They're all cute. 3 years old in Mississippi. Thomas, 14 in Scotland. Possibly the first diagnosis in Scotland. I could be wrong about that. Who knows? And Layla, 4 in Canada. Oh, they're all cute. She's so cute. So, but beyond being cute, each of these warrior profiles is a bunch of photos of the kid and then that kid's story told by one of the parents. And that's important for many of our stakeholders. So our primary audience is parents, right? We get to learn about each other's kids. Sometimes this has led to parents being like, wait, you live really close to me. I didn't know there was another SynGAPian. We should connect. And that's always good. But also the researchers and the companies who were like, when the companies called, they're like, tell us about your kids. What's it like? Help us understand because SYNGAP's complicated. And I say, go read the Warriors. Take 30 minutes out of your day and read as many Warriors as you can. And they call me back and they're like, yeah, that was really helpful. Now I get it. So, you know, if you want your kid on there, Mike at SynGAPresearchfund.org, or just submit your story on the forum. We want to put as many SynGAPians as possible in that collection so as to connect our community, learn about our patients, and help others learn about our patients easily. It's a service to our community. It's a service to our partners. Let's jump in. What did SRF do for you this week? Why should you continue to support SRF, like SRF, donate to SRF, tell your friends to donate to SRF? Well, We have 2 projects on drug screening and creating neurons for other drug development that we moved down the field this week. Won't bore you with the details, but we're making progress. A lot of meetings, burned a lot of brain cells trying to figure that one out. And then Citizen. Whoa, Citizen's working hard for SYNGAP1 this week. Let me tell you, there is a study that we are dangerously close to signing with a company, and basically step 1 will be like a 30-day exercise where people who are invited will report on their kids' seizures, and that would be baseline for doing another study that would actually put a therapy onto our kids, whatever, to see if it helps reduce seizures and behaviors. So that's amazing. And guess what? You might even get paid for your time. So best deal ever, right? Sign up for Citizen for free, helps you manage your kids' condition, gives anonymized data to researchers, and then you get invited to studies that help you learn more about your kid and help science learn more about your kid. If you haven't signed up for Citizen, please call me. Just explain to me why. I won't even try to talk you into it at this point. I just want to understand why the parents in the US who haven't signed up are hesitating, because it's free. It helps science. It is best-in-class technology. If you have any concerns, I want to hear them, and I want to resolve them, because this is a really precious thing. This is the most important thing that we as parents can do. Someone's going to develop a therapy for our kids. How fast it goes from being proven in the lab to put into a living patient is up to us. The better organized our data is, the faster that journey will be. Adding your patient's precious data is the most important thing that you as a SynGAP family can do. And I'm strongly encouraging you to join the 100+ people who've already done it to ensure the best possible future for our kids. It's that simple. Other thing Citizen's working on is for Professor Fraser, who we gave a small grant to develop a scale that can help measure progress in our kids when they are dosed in said therapies. And he'll be working on the Citizen platform too. So we're working on that. Kudos to the team at Citizen. And I don't just mean Virginia, who is a SynGAP mom who works there, by the way, because she was so impressed. But I mean the whole team. They are working hard for us, and we are grateful. If you have not signed up, citizen.com/SynGAP1. They spell Citizen weird. I don't understand why they do it either, but whatever. CIITIZEN. So they threw in an extra I at the front. CIITIZEN.com/SynGAP1. If you can't find it, Google us. Oh, the other thing we did, we've been working like crazy on subtitles. So if you will remember, we did a movie on Caren. This is my signed Caren poster, which will be available on our store pretty soon. Isn't that cool? Karen's got them. She loves her poster. And we are going to release this on our website on April 1st-ish. And we're doing all the usual suspects on languages for subtitles, plus Polish, Turkish, Portuguese. We've got parents all around the world helping work on the subtitles. It's going to be amazing. So grateful to Illumina for sponsoring that movie. But stay tuned. Caren movie next week coming out. What can you do for SRF? What's going on? 4 things top of mind. Join Sprint for SYNGAP. It is our annual spring fundraiser. Syngap.Fund/sprint. Join a team, start a team, $25 to register. Ask your friends to donate. You get your own link. Tell them about the SynGAPian that you love. Help us raise money for research. Reminder, 100% of the money you raise for SRF goes to labs. 100% of the money you raise for SRF goes to research. That's it. But what about the accountants? What about the website? What about all the founders pay for all the overheads? So there's no overhead game here. No one's making money off your donations. It's going directly to researchers working on SYNGAP1. There isn't a better deal, I guarantee you. Person of color filmmaker. We are looking to make a film about diversity, equity, and inclusion in SynGAP1. If you look around at any rare disease site, not just SynGAP1, it's a lot of white people, frankly. And it's like, well, what? Do only white people get rare diseases? No. But more than often than not, white people get diagnosed with rare diseases for a number of reasons of systemic inequality in our healthcare system. And that's a problem. And we want to think about it and maybe make a movie about people of color in SynGAP1 and how they got diagnosed. So if you know someone who might be an amazing filmmaker for that, I'm using my precious 10 minutes here to encourage you to get in touch. Also, we have a lot of work to do. Please volunteer. If you have time on your hands, or your parents do, or some friend wants to help a great cause, there's a lot of work to be done over here. This, by the way, SYNGAP10 is through Podbean, so we push out a video to Facebook and YouTube, but it's also a podcast on Apple Podcasts. So if you're on Apple Podcasts, please subscribe to SYNGAP10, like us, and review us. I've got 30 seconds left. I'm going to go over the 10 minutes. I'm going to warn you right now. It's going to be more like 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Sprint for SYNGAP is on April 24th. Sprint for SYNGAP is on Saturday, April 24th. Look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of cool pictures of people running 5Ks wherever they are. The time to sign up is right now. Someone just wrote to me. They're like, I'm sorry I'm late. I haven't set up a team yet. No, you're not late. Everybody else is just early. This is pretty much exactly when we thought people would start signing up. So create a team, sign up for Sprint for SYNGAP, Syngap.Fund/sprint. And $25, create a team, send a link to your friends, try to raise some money. Big shout out to the teams that are killing it right now. Team Carter, Team Michael, Team Mila, Team MMA. Team Mila, by the way, a week ago, they didn't exist. They're in third place. This family's amazing. Team MMA, Team Elsie, Team Chase, Team Amelia, Team Sadie, Team Eli, Team Grayson. These are the top teams that I pulled off the website just before I did this. Thank you so much. We're already at 44 grand. Let's make it 100 grand. We can do this, and let's get that money into labs, and let's work on SYNGAP10, SYNGAP1. Thank you for your time. Thank you for liking and following SYNGAP10. Stay tuned. See you next week. Bye-bye.